good, world? It's your boy YoungDeuces, and it's been a while. And a lot has happened. So I want to tell y'all the story on how I got on Shea 45 Sirius XM Sway in the morning during this summer. Alright, so maybe like a year and a half ago, maybe 2 years ago, I don't know, I can't remember exactly when. Actually, I do. It's going to be right here. So we announced that we were doing review content over there at Sway's Universe. Now, for those who don't know, Sway Calloway, legendary host, legendary radio host, radio personality, TV personality, was on MTV, did a lot of things. He put out his own platform called Sway's Universe, came out during the blog era, of course. So, you know, if you was around for in the blog era, you know, a lot of DJs was putting out their own version of that to break new music, to put stuff on their platform without having to have, you know, the man tell them what to do. Not that Sway would have had the man telling him what to do, because I mean, it's Sway, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, he put out his own platform. For those who still don't know, you might know Sway because of this clip.
You ain't got the answer, Sway.
Anyways, so we partnered over there with them because, you know, at Geekset, we wanted to be the reporters of the culture. Like, that had been our thing. And partnering with somebody as respected as Sway was like match made in heaven, because he's respected to report on hip-hop culture and things about hip-hop. So for Blurred Culture, that's what Geekset wanted to be. I wanted the people, when they see Geekset, any members of Geekset, anybody that talk on this camera or talk on these mics, I wanted that level of respect to be there, knowing that it's going to be not done salaciously, not done with trying to trip people up or shit like that. Just more so just like, hey, we reporting on the culture. We talking about the highs, the lows, and everything. So during this process, we was working on the Black Geek documentary. Make sure you check out this trailer.
The one thing that I absolutely love about the culture is that it's still embedded in Black culture.
White geeks still rock Dunks or Jordans, and they also talk about Batman versus Superman. Batman versus Superman is literally Brown versus Jordan.
Dragon Ball Z, that like my whole trajectory in life changed. Don't nobody talk to me, my shit is on.
We just finna experience it. It look like it's gonna be real deep.
Oh my God, this is crazy!
The elevation from where King Vader started to now fucking crazy.
Black Geek Culture helped me through some of the highs in my life, through some of the lows in my life. It's always been there, sort of like an undercurrent to everything that I did.
There was no term for it. It was just, this is what I'm doing.
I love us in it. I love the fact that we take things and we always make it better.
And with the Black Geek documentary, you know, a couple of things, benchmarks that we wanted to hit. And one of the ones that we wanted to hit was we wanted to speak with Sway. So fast forward to the beginning of this year. The beginning of this year, we spoke with, you know, our guy, Reggie Hudson. Shout out to fucking Reg, man. Hey, you the homie, dog. And, you know, we told him, like, okay, look, we're going to restart up this, you know, this review content, because there was some new shows coming out. Them Dragons was coming. The Boys was coming. So we was like, look, all right, we're gonna talk about these shows on the platform, bring back the reviews. And quiet as kept, the people over there really fucked with us. Like, they was like, hey, when y'all gonna bring back this nerd content? So we was like, shit, hell yeah, let's do it, right? So, you know, when we told them that we was going to start back up on the reviews, we also told them, hey, but we are on our last leg of the Black Geek documentary, and one of the benchmarks or things that we wanted to accomplish was we wanted to have Sway talk on it, because Sway is a nerd as well, Blurred, you know what I'm saying, and he also, again, respected in the community, and we wanted to be as respected as Sway, so he's like, we have to make this happen. And then so Rex told us, all right, shit, just set a date and let's go. And we was like, what? So here's the thing. I'm from a place of, all right, I want to do this. And then we spend a couple of times, like, you know, meeting, talking about it, figuring it out. And then we can spend a couple of minutes of time of trying to schedule and plan it out. And then we spend time you know, actually doing it, you know, getting the funds together, because, hey, look here, I don't care what anybody says. I need y'all to understand that we are still on a budget here. So, you know, it wasn't just all right, let's make it happen. It was like, hey, you know, we need some time. But we dealing with celebrities here, right? We dealing with Sway and Sway in the Morning and Shay 45. So when Reg was like, all right, let's set it up, I was shook because for me, things don't happen that fast, right? And so, you know, after that meeting that we had, Bacardi was like, hey, all right, let's set this shit up. And I was like, all right, well, let's set it up then, right? Like, bad. He was like, bad. I'm like, bad. And then Dish came in like, bad. I'm like, bad. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was weird energy because, again, I'm not like, we don't usually set it up that fast. It was like that, right? So, you know, we got a group chat. We got the Geekset group chat and everything like that. And, you know, at the time, you know, I be doing stuff in the morning, so I don't always be present in the group chat. But at first, but then I'll get to it, right? So, I don't know what transpired during that day. I don't know if Didge was drinking whiskey because, like, you know, hey, one of the reasons why we got this Black Magic camera is because of Didge and drinking. When Didge drink, that credit card get the swiping. Didge is bro, listen here. Listen, if any people who know Didge know that when that liquor get to flowing and Didge got that phone in his hand, there's a good chance he's gonna buy some type of upgrade. We're gonna have a new camera. We're gonna have better mic. Like, Didge, compulsive buyer when the drink's flowing. But it's like compulsively productive, if that makes sense. So, I don't know what happened or what transpired. By the time I get to the group chat, this nigga Didge done bought his ticket, Bacardi done bought his ticket, Trip done bought his ticket, and King done bought his ticket. So me, I get in the group chat and I'm like, well, this is awkward because one, I need to wait to pay till I get paid to buy this ticket, and two, when did we, like, I don't even know what's confirmed or whatnot, but I trust my niggas, right? So boom, we get the tickets, boom, next thing you know, Blurs in New York. Like, that's how it is. And like I said, I'll do a Blurs in New York story because there was a whole lot of shit that happened there. We'll talk about that later. Now, I am a person who is embedded in hip hop. I live, breathe, sleep hip hop. I came from hip hop. Hip hop culture is me. I am hip hop culture. So, as a rapper, and y'all heard my stories, I stand by my music. We can go song for song, album for album. I stand by my music. But as a rapper, I spent my whole life trying to accomplish certain things. I wanted to go on Rap City The Basement. I'm aging myself, whatever. I wanted to go on 106 in Park. I wanted to go freestyle for Flex. I wanted to do 5 Fingers of Death with Sway. So I wanted to be there on Sway in the Morning. That was something for sure that I wanted to do as a rapper. And unfortunately, even with all the history that me and Sway has, I never got a chance to freestyle for him on that platform. So this right here, to me, I'm just like, oh shit, we about to be at the place where niggas be rapping. Like, you know what I'm saying? Now, again, our goal was we want to sit down with Sway and interview him for the Black Geek documentary because I'm in full blur mode. So I'm not even thinking about being on the radio. I'm not even thinking about being seen. This is more so, all right, after he finished the program, we gonna chop it up with him, right? So we outside, we drinking a little bit, we smoking a little bit, and then King come out in like basketball shorts, like not looking like he's about to get ready to go. Now I'm already dressed. Bacardi's like, all right, well, after he finish, I'm gonna go get dressed. Didge already dressed. So King looking, he's like, hey, what we about to do? We're like, shit, we might go smoke. You know what I'm saying? If I hit a bar, hit a pub or some shit like that, just hit something, you know what I'm saying? Experience New York. He's like, don't we gotta be at Sway in the morning?
Boy, if you don't get...
And I'm like, yeah, he's like, man, maybe we shouldn't do this. And I said, you right. Bacardi was like, you right. And so we end up not going. We end up not going out. We end up playing, right? So, you know, Bacardi does his thing, get us all Black Geek merched out, right? So we take an Uber this time. Because usually we was taking the ferry to like an Uber. Like we was doing a whole bunch, ferry to like the trolley to the train. Like we was doing a whole lot of traveling in New York. But this time we was like, we want to be on time, we want to be early, so let's take an Uber straight there. We gonna bite the bullet, paid a little bit of cash, whatever. So we paid an Uber, pulled up right to Sirius XL. So we out in front, we getting ourselves together. Bacardi got the backpack because he's gonna give Sway some merch. I got my backpack full of just like promo materials and everything like that. And you know, prior to that, before Reggie asked for everybody's government name. So you know, again, we are very, very, very green, red, yellow. Whatever the color is when you like new to shit, that was us, right? So we get there. When we walk in, remember that scene in Men in Black where Will Smith walk in and it's like just one person right there? Like it was the desk. Now, clearly, this is a building. This is like a Friday morning. So like shit should have been popping out there. Like it should have been a lot of things going on in that building, but it wasn't. Crazy enough. It was just like two people at a reception desk, a security guard right there. But it was like the inside of Sirius was kind of, it was just ominous as fuck, right? So we walk up there. Now, a little bit about Deuces. I'm a very optimistic person, but I do have moments where I'm like, if something can go wrong, it might go wrong to me here. I don't know why I get in my head. Now I don't express that to everybody, but I have a mini panic attack in my body on myself because I'm like, the thing that I hate the most is bringing people along a journey with me and then shit don't go right and then it becomes an inconvenience for people. Now, none of the Geekset team has ever expressed any type of disdain or upset with me about any shit that we have done. But this is in my head. So I'm thinking, I'm like, bro, if we get up to this front desk and then they deny us, or they tell us we can't go up there, or we gotta sit in the lobby, and it's like a really trash experience, I would be highly upset, right? So we get there, and we give them our names, and they give us this little pass, and right then and there, like, the relief was like, oh shit, right? So we get the pass, got our government name, Sirius XM, and I'm like, oh, that shit's cold, right? So we go through the little security thing, and then when we get to that security thing, we go, and we gotta get on the elevator. Now they're on like the 30th floor or some shit like that. As soon as the doors open, you just start seeing Sirius XM Shade 45 logos. Sirius XM Shade 45, like it was immediately like, oh shit, we are here, right? So we walk through the gate. We walk through the doors. Receptionist there. And like, I'm thinking like, yeah, we ain't celebrities, we ain't nobody. So they gonna probably treat us like, yo, who is these niggas?
Who are these niggas?
I cried laughing when I read it.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
but nah, they was like, who are y'all Geekset? We like, yeah. They're like, oh shit. No, they didn't say oh shit, but they was like, oh yeah, you guys want some water and everything like that? We like, yeah. So we already like, what? Like, you know what I'm saying? And then the other person that was on the elevator turns out to be the fucking actor Leroyce Hawkins. Like cold ass actor. Like, bro, like that shit was so fire, right? So we go there, whatever like that. So then they was like, all right, Sway said y'all can come back there, right? Now at this point, we didn't hit Reggie up, which is hilarious because I don't know if Sway did not know that we was there or if his assistants would know there, because I guess Reggie was hitting us up in the group chat like, hey, y'all niggas make it? Y'all niggas there? Yo, is anything going on? And because I think at some point Sway hit him up like, hey, where they at? But he not knowing that we was already at the front, and then us not responding in the group chat. So Reggie might have had a little mini panic attack thinking that we fucked up an opportunity, but we was there on time. So we get there and we walking back, we seeing all the studios and everything. So then we get to Sway set. Now, Sway set is in a full glass experience, right? So meaning that like on the inside, that's where Sway and them is at. And if you look, they got pop-up banners and everything to kind of block out the background, so that way it doesn't look like just like an office building. But you can really see in that bitch. Like you can sit on the outside, listen to the station and watch it, while they're in it. That kind of like they're in a fishbowl. So I'm thinking that's what we're going to do. I'm thinking, all right, we're going to sit here and we're going to watch Sway finish, and then we're going to have a moment with him afterwards. Now, I'm not even peeping the marquee that's saying who's going to be on or anything like that. Apparently, Bacardi and Trippy did, but I'm not. So, like, I'm just like, all right, you know what I'm saying? I'm looking, I'm chilling. I'm saying, like, all right, so, you know what I'm saying? And I'm peeping just being there because, again, I spent my whole life as a rapper trying to get here. And here I am as a nerd being here. Like, to me, there's something poetic about that. So, all of a sudden, then you hear Sway. And so he's dapping up his crew. So again, I've dealt with celebrities before, so I'm just thinking like, this gonna be like, there's two ways that usually happens with celebrities. Either they gonna big brother you and kind of like make you feel like, hey, let me show you how it is to be this celebrity, or they're gonna be overly fucking welcoming, or they might be like trash and like not say shit. So I'm not knowing what to expect because again, I done shows with Sway. I've met Sway. We did a whole mixtape with Sway that you should check out, dedicated to Kobe Bryant, R.I.P. Bean. And so like, and I've debuted music over there, right? But it was more so with his team. Like I said, I've had limited interactions with Sway, but we've had meetings, we've had calls, conference calls, and everything like that, just about our partnership with Sway. But again, it was just more so like, I'm not for sure how this is going to go. Man, Sway come around that corner, you would have thought it was Uncle. That nigga hit us with the nephew. Like, he was like, yo, like, he saw Bacardi first. And he's like, hey man, you a hugger? Cause I'm a hugger. Bacardi, and you know, if you all know Bacardi, that nigga Bacardi's definitely a fucking hugger. Especially if the liquor's involved or he's feeling inspired. So he's like, nigga, bring it in. We hugging and shit. Niggas dapping, doing the chest dab and everything. He's like, yo man, I got my blurs here. Hey, the geek, and he's seen the Black Geek. He's like, hey, the Black Geeks is here. Black Geeks is in the building, right? So I would have been good with that. I would have been good with just that. That energy that he gave us right there. I'm like, oh, I cannot wait for this fucking interview. But then out of nowhere, he's like, hey, y'all coming to the show, right? We like, yeah. He's like, hey, come on in. So the way it is, like, you got Sway and Sway is at the corner right here. All the hosts is there. You got, I guess this is where like the DJ will be at. And then you have like the rest of it, like, you know, where I guess guests sit and everything like that. And then on the other side of Sway, you have the engineer and then the person who mans the camera and watches everything, right? So I see the DJ area, so I'm like, oh, I'm gonna go over there. The reason why, now this is me being smart, I'm gonna be on that side because it's closer to Sway. And if something happens where I gotta tap in, I can just tap in real quick. I don't gotta shimmy and shit like that, right? I was planning it out. Bacardi and Didge went over there with King, and then Trip came over there with me, right? So I'm thinking like, okay, this is gonna be dope. We just gonna get to see the show live. We might not say anything on camera, but we go to say it in the live, right? So we did that, and I think Bacardi and Didge, and we all had that same thought process. So we was kind of like very mute, which is crazy because y'all know we are not quiet at all. So the show goes on, and at the top of the fucking show, he immediately like, hey man, it's a family affair. And he starts singing. He said, I got my guys here. We got Geekset in the building. And so, so in this moment, he's like, we got Geekset in the building. I'm like, all right, we live. This is a live broadcast. Do we say something? Or do we applaud? Like, we like, yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? And so it was like, we got Geekset in the building, and there was like an awkward silence, and I was like, I did like a quiet, like, yeah. Then he's like, wait, y'all don't talk? Hey, y'all don't talk? And we was like, yeah. Like, then we got geeked up and everything like that. And he was like, hey, man, you know what? Get on the mic. And right then and there, right, this is what I believe makes Geekset great. Right then and there, me, Didge, and Bacardi immediately get to our mic, right? We get to the mic, and you know what I'm saying, you know, Sway starts singing. He does the family affair. Right? Now he didn't do it at that first part. He did it at this part. It's a family affair. Like he sings, and he's like, Black Geek sing, Black Geek sing, right? So the energy is already up. So we get to the mic, and I'm kind of like Ron Burgundy, right? Like with Ron Burgundy, like when that camera's on, he's on, right? But there's cues that you gotta hit that kind of kick, right? There's certain cues that when you hit, it's on, right? So we get there, and you know, Bacardi talking, and then I'm like, yo, can we do, like, he was like, introduce yourself. And I'm like, can we do our spill? He was like, yeah, can he do his spill? And I guess I could tell Sway in the morning, like, I don't know what is going on. He's like, go ahead and do your spill. And as soon as he say, go ahead and do your spill, I go right into the, all right, man. Welcome back to the Geekset podcast, only podcast that blend hip-hop culture and geek culture together. Yeah, and so, you know what I'm saying? When I get into my thing, that's when everybody clicks in. Bacardi gets ready. He does the mimicking thing that he always does. You see Didge getting ready, doing his thing. I do my thing. I'm your boy Deuces. I got my man Bacardi, Sensei. Bacardi come in, do his thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was great. And the interview couldn't have been better because we hit all our cues. We did our intro. I talked about the start of our podcast. I talked about us being inspired by Black Panther. We talked about the Black Geek documentary and why we want to do it. Bacardi got to talk about his merch. Dish got to talk about the reasoning behind the things that we do and the science behind it, like a Didge mind does. King was grabbing amazing video footage. Trip was grabbing amazing photos and everything, and the interview was short and sweet, but it was like the perfect elevator pitch about who is Geekset and what Geekset does and who we are, right? And again, right then and there, if that would have ended and that would have been it, we would have been all right. But he was like, stay. Now remember, I told y'all earlier, I did not look at the marquee, who all was going to be there. I did not. So, you know what I'm saying? I already knew Leroyce was there, and we got to watch his interview, which was cold. Make sure y'all go check out that interview. I'm gonna start linking these bitches. Link below. Make sure you check out that interview. But unexpectedly, when the commercial break happened and the DJ was doing his thing, all of a sudden, I see this big ass motherfucker. I'm talking about one of the biggest motherfuckers that I've ever seen in my life. Straight through that door. None other than Winston Duke himself. M'Baku done walked through that motherfucking door for an interview with Sway on Sway in the Morning while Geekset is in the building. So niggas dapping it up and everything like that. I'm starstruck. Y'all know I love Black Panther. Y'all know that I love like Jordan Peele shit. Winston Duke is here. I'm excited as a bitch right at this point. It was an amazing interview. And then so after the end, that's the end of the whole program. So we all out, we piling out and everything like that. Now y'all know me. I said, nigga, I am going to do this spill to Winston Duke about the Black Geek documentary. I'm going to let him know, at least put it on his radar, or at least mention it, where if it comes back around, somebody say, hey, you heard about the Black Geek? He's like, yo, I did. You know what I'm saying? So this is where poetry in motion happened so well, right? So everybody's dapping up and everything like that. I done shimmied in, you know what I'm saying? King done had a moment with Winston Duke already, because Winston Duke was already out. We was talking to the rest of the hosts and the people of the production. So Winston Duke was already out. Me, Bacardi, and Deuces was already in. Winston Duke was already out. And I was, you know, I kind of mimicked to Bacardi. Hey, make sure you get him a hat, right? Or some merch, right? Bro, Sway took it upon himself, said, hey, Bacardi, you know that hat that you gave me? I just gave it to Winston Duke. Cardi's like, nigga, that's all I needed, right? So we get out there. So I finally shimmy out there. I see it. I'm like, hey. So I talk to Winston Duke. I tell him, Winston Duke, I grab his attention and the attention of everybody. And I tell him, yo, we the Geekset podcast, only podcast that blend hip-hop culture and geek culture together. We missed your interview, but let me tell you, we was inspired by Black Panther, tell him about the Black Geek documentary. Go in. And he's like, oh, yeah, that's tight. You know, I like that. Everything like that. While wearing the fucking hat. So, you know what I'm saying? Bacardi come out, have his moment with him. Didge, have his moment with him. Trip, have his moment with him. We chopping it up. And then like, Sway finally comes out. He's like, man, what y'all doing, man? Winston gotta go. I'm like, I know, man, we had to do the spill real quick. I was like, hey, can we grab this photo real quick? Winston Duke, where they at? Nigga, we look like baby mamas in this picture, bro. We look like Winston Duke's illegitimate kids and that he didn't see in a while, and then dad probably came. Like, we just look so small to this nigga. And again, it wasn't the coolest pose I did. Like, we was just trying to get in. You can see that I was like, it wasn't my cool, like, I got poses. That one was not it. But I didn't give a fuck because it was Winston Duke. It was Winston Duke. It was M'Baku wearing a Black Geek documentary hat, heard my spill, know who he is, had that moment. And again, poetry in motion was the fact that all of this happened and we just thought we was gonna meet Sway and just have a conversation with them behind the scenes. And that little moment turned to one of the best moments in Geekset history. And that is the story on how we ended up on Shade 4 or 5, Sway in the Morning, Sirius XM, and met Winston Duke.